Welcome to the Junior High Set 1 Marimba tutorial. As you can hear in Mason's performance, he has a very clear understanding of the opening goal. There's a little lead in here, triplet 3 to 1 right off the bat, but as we start the cascading triplets that come down, he really saves the true forte for the 4/4 bar on the first line. Mason, could you just play that opening and then actually play the first full line because it really tops off nicely with that note there, 1 octave lower than middle C. So just the first line, and you'll notice he plays it very light, triplet 3 to 1, and then he sneaks back to piano, triplet roll, and 3. Here's his most important downbeat, and everything fades all the way down to that low C. So listen to him play it, the opening phrase. Great job, Mason. So you can hear it's very clear where his shaping priorities are. You'll also notice that when he's playing any of these notes, he's using a very relaxed wrist technique. As we've mentioned before, it's really important that you think about your hands as the vessel for tone. So you'll notice as he's playing the scale, I'll just have you play the F major scale if you don't mind, Mason. Watch how his hands are really relaxed. His fingers do not drive the stick by themselves, nor do they stay closed the whole time. They're just relaxed, and the main driver is his wrist. You'll notice that his forearm moves naturally. He's not only trying to use his wrists, nor his fingers or his forearms. They all move in conjunction, but this is the wrist motivator. So you can see that his tone is very consistent because he's thinking about a consistent place in which to drive that tone. And so you'll notice he does that all the way through the etude. Now let's talk about the first roll here, Mason. So you'll notice that when he plays this first sixth in that roll, he's letting the instrument tell him how fast his roll speed needs to be. We're almost down to piano, so it's not going to be that fast. So could you play a piano roll there on that E natural and C, Mason? Just hold it for us. So his ear is telling him, thank you, Mason, on this instrument, in this environment, how fast to move his hands. In your band hall, your recital hall, you'll need to make that determination with the quality of your mallet, the quality of your instrument. Let's move on. We lead all the way through the 16th notes into letter A. Now, letter A, it has some tenuto marks. A tenuto mark is something that gives a little bit of stress, but not a full accent. This is really important for us as percussionists to understand this distinction. So, Mason, could you play 1 T te 2 te, 3 T te 4 te, stop, just on one note, and listen how he doesn't overemphasize that. This is the first bar of A on one note, and listen to how it's a beautiful shape that is not too loud. You can hear it's important to him, but it's not a true accent. Now, watch him play that measure as written. 1 T te 2 te, 3 T te 4 te. Perfect. Do you see that applies? It's really important for us as percussionists to be able to play beautifully on one surface first. That's why I recommend understanding rhythm and tone in the y-axis, which is up and down, before we take into account our geography and our x-axis. Well done, Mason. Let's move on. Let's talk about the arpeggios we see here at letter A. So you can see it takes us through F major, and then B flat major, and then B flat minor. And so this is a great opportunity for younger students to understand your scales and the consonants and the tonality of F major, F minor, B flat major, and of course B flat minor. And so listen to Mason play the triplets here. In fact, could you go all the way through the chromaticism as well? So maybe start in the bar of 13, 1, 2 loudly 3, loudly 4, loudly 1. So you'll hear him go through a couple of different chordal changes, but you'll hear that his shape outlines the top of each arpeggio. Beautiful. So you can hear how subtle he is about bringing the top of the arpeggio out. But now when he descends through the ritardando in the chromaticism, he ends up at a roll figure. So watch him start there, and you're going to watch his hands are going to increase speed because he wants to sustain the tone and the resonance of this instrument all the way through the arpeggio in C major. So could you start it here? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 in the fermata, do-ga-da-ga, and listen and watch his roll speed increase as he gets faster. Beautiful job. So as he gets louder, he increases his roll speed to make sure that the sustain of the instrument grows as well. That takes us all the way to B, which is an absolute reflection at a different tonal center that we've seen prior with similar skill sets. Now, let's go to the departure here at letter C. We have one final disparate musical style that's represented here at C, where you have your left hand as a bass waltz and your right hand has a little bit of a cheeky melody, if you will. Let's go ahead and play the left hand only, Mason. Let's show them this waltz in the left hand. Beautiful. 3, 1, exactly. So now you'll notice he's putting just a slight emphasis. That tenuto comes back here. Just ever so slightly, 1. And so the melody, can you play the right hand only for us? Beautiful. That melody will now exist right on top of Mason's left hand with the inflection. So let's go ahead and put them together and go to the end, please. Yeah, beautifully done, Mason. So you can hear there's that D minor flourish that takes us to that cadence point, and really take your time like Mason's doing. 2 and a 3 la li 1 te 2 3 and a tempo 1 te, just like Mason's doing. His pacing is very, very mature. Stay relaxed. Use your primary motivator of the wrist with relaxed fingers and your forearms moving naturally with great rhythmic integrity. Well done, Mason.